Prime Wrestling officially sanctioned by the Ohio State Athletic Commission. Prime Wrestling contains material that may not be suitable for all audiences. The views and opinions expressed on this broadcast do not reflect those of SportsTime Ohio or its affiliates. The athletes featured in this program are trained professionals. Please do not try this at home. Viewer discretion is advised.
Another loss for the Prime Foundation. This man who never loses. Oh, Justin! LaBar! Justin!
Yeah.
Wait, there you go. Oh! Oh!
Sorry,
Get that thing away from me!
You told me to clean.
Get it away from me. Look, I already suspended Pedro DeLuca tonight.
You suspended him?
So, yeah, I suspended him. He's not going to be
Why?
there.
Pedro's a good guy.
I'm going to suspend you if you don't shut up. You are now the ring announcer.
I've never been announced in my life.
You'll be fine.
I've never
You're not going to get
announced.
more embarrassed than you already are, look any more dumber than you already are. So here, your wardrobe's waiting for you. Your wardrobe's waiting for you. Just go put it on. Get out of my sight. Yeah, go. Go.
But I've never ring
Go.
announced. I've never ring announced. Stop us!
What are you?
I fixed the company. I did it.
How? You beat Bryan Castle and 2 punks?
Why?
You think you fixed the company?
Well, technically, I
Look,
didn't win.
I got bigger things right now. I got on this. Go bother someone else. Just please, just leave me alone. Right now. Just leave me alone.
Is
Yeah,
that
do whatever you
make an
want to
open
do.
challenge? Anybody I want? To show you that I'm ready to change things in a company? What? I'm going to make an open challenge to anybody in the company, and then I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show Aaron, and I'm going to show...
Yeah, that's great.
Hold on a second.
That's my fault.
Secretary of Commissioner T, how can I help you?
Come on, it's getting any worse than this.
It's Ryan. He wants to talk to you. I'm going to go now.
Get out. Hey, get the camera out. Everyone out.
Every day I think of this, weigh it out and take my risk, waiting for the chance to say enough has been enough. What are you waiting for? Turn it up, I said. Fungus better man every time I hear it, so play it when I'm dead. And my funeral, so I will it in the afterlife. In the afterlife.
This is Prime Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen at ringside. Joe Dabrowski and Aaron McGuire with you. And we have another huge hour set for you. The television championship to be decided here in the program as Matthew Justice, the one-man militia of the Megalomaniacs. Yeah. He takes on the Bev, Bobby Beverly. In addition, we're going to see the Sons of Michigan in tag team competition. They've called out Jay Flash and any mystery partner Jay Flash can find as a result of Flash's victory over Ben Boone some weeks ago. And we're going to kick it all off with a rivalry we renewed a few weeks ago, and man, it's heated up just as hot as ever. Facade and Gory, just a moment. But right now, let's go up to, as you know, our special ring announcer, Justin LaBar, to start with the proceedings.
This following contest is brought to us by Intimidation Clothing. Please check them out at intimidationclothing.com. And it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Odin Marsh, Iowa, he is a member of the Dead Wrestling Society, Jason Gory.
Well, the Jason is long dead in this man who once had human-like tendencies. A very nervous Justin LaBar, intimidated by Vic at the top of the show. Where's Pedro DeLuca, our regular ring announcer, suspended because he didn't announce the Megalomaniacs well enough? Is that what it is?
Well, that's exactly what it is. And LaBar, he could suffer the same fate too. Joe, you could suffer the same fate. Although the last time we were in this building, you suffered an even greater demise.
Why do you keep bringing that up?
You got served.
And what is with that clipboard LaBar has?
Nice, isn't it?
And his opponent,
get a shot of that.
Weighing in at 197 pounds, he is roaming the streets at night, creeping while you're sleeping. Facade!
The Neon Ninja and Aerosol Assassin had a war with Gory a number of weeks ago where they actually did battle on a bocce court. We're getting creeping while you're sleeping. Facade was bocceing while you were watching.
Yeah, I was watching while he was watching the whole time, Joe. I've been doing that for years. What have you been doing, Dabrowski? Pandering to a guy like Facade. Pandering to a guy like Gory. You love Gory,
What?
don't you? I can tell.
You can't be serious.
You've been dead wrestling since day one. I ought to suspend you right now.
Well, thankfully, as we've covered in weeks past, I've been given a little protection out here from some of your constituents on upper management, some of the people that actually listen to Reason around here, and I will not be touched again by any of your megalomaniacs, or there will be some repercussions that you may not be able to block.
Can I touch you?
Well, I don't think we want to endeavor into that type of a scenario.
Hey, look at the way referee Bruce Gray is touching Facade right there.
Well,
he was patting him down.
Risking him for objects. Keep in mind, as we touched about before, 2012, some say this was the rivalry of the year when Facade battled Gory over the television championship, and it was rekindled several weeks ago. But man, some controversy surrounding both of these men. Facade seems to be on the outs with his frequent tag team partner, sometimes opponent, Louis Linden of the Ninja Elite Squad. And Aaron, I know you have a theory already, we've touched upon in weeks prior, over how Linden feels towards Facade.
Well, yeah, Linden feels that Facade was trying to hog the spotlight, steal the spotlight. Because Facade, long known as a hardened criminal, a thief, a backstabber. People have called Facade a backstabber.
Well, I think he certainly
showboater.
He has a bit of a unscrupulous record to him in some of his exploits. Of course, he is a graffiti artist, spray paint enthusiast. But he also studies the Japanese style. He has a lot of respect and passion for what he does here in professional wrestling.
And he studies the style of stealing people's spotlight from them when they get the most major victory of their entire career, such as Louis Linden did over one zombie princess.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Jacobs. And keep in mind, Jacobs took offense to the fact that Facade interrupted Jacobs' post-match beatdown of Linden. Jacobs got involved in the first matchup between Facade and Gory a few weeks ago. And actually, Gory took offense with Jacobs that Jacobs got involved.
And I took offense with the whole thing, Joe.
We're going to hear this hour from Johnny Gargano and Marion Fontaine. It will be your feature. Next broadcast, Jimmy Jacobs will join us to discuss why he's back in Prime Wrestling. We're going to hear from the handicapped heroes, Gregory Iron and Zach Gowan, and certainly pursue the issues with the megalomaniacs. Nickie Valentino still looking to prove himself, and still all you guys with a stranglehold over this entire organization.
You guys, who are you talking about, Joe?
Oh, is this another week where you're claiming to not be a member?
Well, I'm not an official member. I mean, Joe, you have friends outside of what happens in the squared circle, don't you? I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
and
they're not.
Facade, you're good buddies.
Well,
but,
sometimes.
but not when you're out here, right? That's just how I am with the megalomaniacs. I'm not one of them
I see.
in an official capacity, because that would be against the Ohio Athletic Commission's rules and regulations.
2 count. You're just a broadcaster, right? You're just one of
I'm
them.
a broadcast journalist. Haven't you bought the shirt yet, Joe?
You're just
you
one of
see
those-
LaBar, he wears it.
So you're just one of those TV people, huh?
I'm a TV guy. I'm a TV person. I'm in the TV. I'm on the TV.
Facade controlling the wrist and arm of Gory. And what about Gory? The fact that really all the attention's gone to the megalomaniacs and the Prime Foundation, the men that built this company. But Dead Wrestling Society has quietly dominated and controlled from afar because Crimson still has that top prize. He's got the Prime Championship and everybody wants it, but nobody get it.
Well, that's a double negative, Joe. And I don't know if I should suspend you or not for that. But I need to say this. Crimson does have the championship. Uh-oh.
Gotta know, your fault.
But that may be only for a limited time.
Let's see.
I mean, Ricky Shane Page on the horizon, a contender.
Well, we did learn that news recently that reversal. Great competitive spirit, center of the ring. It shows you
How in the
why these men are so good at what they do.
who did? Where? What's gonna? Whoa! And that's how I call that.
Facade's got the backslide. Gory fighting. Who's going
Or
to get the
does
leverage?
he? Yeah. Uh-oh.
Roll up coming. Has him here. No.
Referee Bruce Gray in perfect position for that. That's the first time I've said that about one of our referees here.
Frustration sinking in on both of these athletes. Uh-oh. It'll be 2 broadcasts from now where Crimson will be challenged by Ricky Shane Page for the Prime Championship. It will be a table match. One man will go through a table. We will have a decisive victory. There will be no disqualifications. And there's a kick out. Whoa! Beautiful springboard drop kick by Facade to send Gory reeling. Aaron, I understand the Megalomaniacs already planning something big for that episode of Prime TV.
Oh, there's something huge.
Look out.
Except for, uh-oh. Joe, save me.
Gory over here.
Save me.
Try to save the cameraman first. Facade pursuing Gory.
Look out, Joe Cole Jr.
Pace quickens once again. These 2 men, remember how they battled all over the building several weeks ago? Nobody will stop them. There's just a bloodthirst between both of these men.
They're thirsty for blood. People are chanting for the ninja. The neon ninja.
Aerosol Assassin. Facade, one of the most beloved members of the Prime roster, and shafted. Oh, Gory using his body weight as an offensive weapon. We talk about it all the time. But Facade absolutely shafted out of that television championship thanks to Matthew Justice and that signing bonus, Marti Belle. Oh, Facade would love to get back in the title hunt. Double stomp by Gory. Could be over here. No. And Aaron, we're actually looking at the 2 longest television champions in the history of Prime Wrestling.
I wonder if one of them might be interested in signing a long-term contract with the Megalomania.
Well, you tell me. You guys tried to bribe Crimson to be one of your goons, and that turned into all-out 3-way warfare in this company. There's been no control, there's been no order, and there's been no restitution to save us from this absolute unrest ever since.
Yet we're getting the highest ratings we've ever gotten, Dombrowski. I mean, what can you say about that? I'm in charge in the upper office.
We thank all of our great
Commissioner
fans.
T is in control down here in the ring.
Gory with her satellite head scissors, nicely done. Beautiful counter.
LaBar is ring announcing. I mean, we've turned this whole company upside down.
Well, Pedro DeLuca's gone. I was gone for a while.
Pedro got deported. I hate to break the news to you. Here's the scoop. Pedro DeLuca was deported
He
back
did
to his,
not.
Yeah, his homeland of Tijuana, Mexico.
Get out of here. You had Gregory Iron and Zach Gowen kicked out of the building for a time. Matt Cross went home to collect his thoughts. You screwed with his mind after what happened with that laptop and pressure rising.
Well, that's what happens when you hit a man in a noggin with a laptop computer.
Well, no kidding. What'd you think was going to happen? Gory neutralizing Facade. You got to ground Facade. He can fly like no other. Or that may be some debate if you ask Lewis Linden.
Yeah, those two. I think there was friction between the two of them.
Well, I think Lewis remembers that Facade had told Lewis before their pay-per-view match that Lewis, you'll make a great TV champion someday, but not as long as I have. And Lewis took that as a slight.
Hey, and then after it, he said you were almost a champion, but almost only counts in horseshoes.
Oh, check this out. Beautiful. Tight walk, rope walk, into the drop kick. Facade connects with Gory. Yeah, I think Linden certainly took the comments of Facade the wrong way. We're pursuing that story.
We don't know if he took him the wrong way. Facade, he's long been known as someone who self-centered and egotistical.
That may be your interpretation, not exactly mine. But Gory does, Facade has one focus now. That's to destroy Gory. Gory much the same with Facade.
He does it. Come on.
Hey, which man's hair do you like better, Joe?
What are you talking about?
Out of Gory and Facade.
Facade able to control Gory for a moment. Can he put this thing away?
Right now, I like Facade's hair better than Gory's.
Well, I don't recall asking, but thank you. Neckbreaker into the inverted DDT by Facade. Could have him here. Done. No.
When you were a kid, did you ever have dreads, Joe?
I did not, no.
What about in your teen years when you were experimenting? Dreads or no?
Not at all.
No dreads?
Wouldn't work for me, but it certainly you couldn't picture Facade any other way. On a night where Matthew Justice defended the television championship against the Bobby Beverly, certainly you guys, I would suggest have a plan there. Gory! Oh, that point of impact. So important in that corner clothesline.
Wow.
And down with the lung blower.
That should be all.
As it 1, 2, and no.
And I'm not sure if our cameras picked that up because my monitor's out, but it could have been a hook of the tights there, a hook of the trunks, a hook of the pants by Gory on Facade.
Well, wouldn't put it past him in the least.
Oh, me neither, Joe. We see eye to eye on this thing. Gory needs to be out of professional wrestling if he only takes cheap shots and
Well, that may be a little bit of a shortcut, but it's an old saying about an eye for an eye, and that's not exactly the eye, but I think you get the point.
Wow.
Let's go, Bloody.
When we're in the Agora Ballroom, Joe, the whole landscape of professional wrestling changes, especially here in Prime Wrestling. I'm the Prime Minister.
And now the brawl has moved to the outside once again. There's no bocce cord involved, but certainly they are brawling all over this building.
Somebody just got hit with something.
Well,
Facade's leaving. I think he's going to leave.
Facade is stuck in that barricade.
Wait a second. He's using the chair.
He's using the
He's walking
under
around.
the rail into a heel kick. Are you kidding me?
That was unreal.
Could Facade win this one?
No. All right, Joe, I popped for that. That was good.
Facade signaling a Rashikage.
Nope. See, Gory's had that move scouted. One thing you can always count on Gory for is... Uh-oh!
A counter. Gory went for trepidation. A counter. Facade drops down. Facade got him.
And the winner of the match, Facade!
Facade victorious. Evens the score once again with he and Gory. And you gotta believe this war once again. Far from over. Ladies and gentlemen, our feature matchup. Matthew Justice and the Bev. Coming up for the TV title. But coming up before that, Sons of Michigan. Tag team action against Jay Flash and a mystery partner. But first, so much more to come.
Wait a minute.
Oh, man. If you couldn't tell by now, we're in front of the world-famous Agora Theater and Ballroom. And you're looking at the world-famous megastar, Marion Fontaine, one half of the Prime Tag Team Champions, a brotherhood of the Mustachioed Brawlers, and the focal point of the Megalomaniacs. You know, I took a little time off, a little R&R, some vacation time to collect my thoughts, come back here clear-headed. And it seems like I came back just in time. For you, Johnny Gargano. You see, you're a runt right now. You won't go away. You still want to hold on to that limelight, huh? You're grasping for straws at this point. Johnny, you're old news. The Megalomaniacs, they're what's making Prime Wrestling the best that it is and has ever been. What did you think was going to happen, Johnny, when you lost that title, huh? What do you think's going to happen when Ricky Shane Page wins that title? And what do you think is going to happen when he hands that belt over to Vic? I'll be in your spot, Johnny. I'll be the it guy. I'll be Mr. Cleveland. I'll be everybody's favorite wrestler, and much deserved, I might add. Johnny, it's time to lay down. It's time to give up. Your time's long gone. Yesterday's news, my friend. The megalomaniacs, they're what's hot. Johnny, you should get ready for your swan song, because it's coming awfully quick. You can believe that. It's good to be in charge.
This following segment is brought to you by U-Haul, and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Detroit City, at a combined weight of 440 pounds, amazing Nate Mattson, Big Bear, Benjamin Boone, the Sons of Michigan.
Resolution 6 will be the biggest event of the year. You know, these men are a big part of Resolution every year, Aaron, and they're looking for momentum leading into this year, but they don't have any kind of momentum at all right now, Aaron. But after what happened to Benjamin Boone, his last open challenge, Jay Flash, the tenacity, the hard work, and the courage paid off. Jay Flash picked up a pinfall victory over the man once unpinned for 2 years.
Joe, it was despicable. It was deplorable. It was dereprehensible. I couldn't believe it. You couldn't believe it. Our TV audience couldn't believe it. And especially the Sons of Michigan couldn't believe it. Jay Flash, after 3 tries, he finally got the victory over Benjamin Boone. How could he do such a thing?
Shut your mouth, Baldy.
Oh, he's talking to you, Joe.
That's a receding hairline in my book.
See, I told
Now
you.
listen up, because the Sons of Michigan have something very important to say. When amazing Nate Mattson has the microphone, you listen. Listen, the Big Bear Benjamin Boone is already upset. You see, recently the Big Bear has been, humiliated. And when you're from Detroit, you don't like to be humiliated. In fact, we've got a lot on our mind. So right now we're going to take care of a little business. Big Bear, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Come here. What matters right now is we're going to take care of business because we've lost our focus. Our focus now has been on the open challenge. It hasn't really gone well because you know what's happened. And now we're going to settle that matter. So right now, that little puke, that little stinking cockroach, Jay Flash, I don't care who you can find in that locker room. The Sons of Michigan are reunited. We are stronger than ever. And now we're going to make a little challenge to you, Jay Flash. You think you're big and bad? You can get anybody in that locker room. We'll challenge you right here, right now, to a tag team match. Bring it out. Get him out here.
Well, Mattson issuing the challenge to Jay Flash and a partner of his choosing. Who's going to step to the... Oh, check it out! World's most huggable wrestler, Bryan Castle. And it's a great choice for Jay Flash because Castle has beaten Nate Mattson back in our Pressure Rising pay-per-view.
Oh, no. This could be the worst tag team of all. I don't want anything to do with that. No, no, get away from me. I'm megalomania. I'm not hugginomania.
Bryan Castle, man, what a weird life he's led the past few weeks, getting involved in Nickie Valentino business.
Nothing weirder than teaming with Jay Flash.
You sure there's nothing weirder than that?
You ever teamed with Jay Flash before?
Turn that crap off.
I'm not a wrestler.
Don't you high me. Don't you high me. Listen, Jay Flash.
Oh, no, they're hiding
Listen,
him.
I'm going to tell you something. This is what you get as Bryan Castle. You get Bryan Castle.
Yep. Yeah, I got Bryan Castle, but I don't want you to focus on that. What I want you to focus on, I already beat you once. And tonight, I'm going to beat you this many. And there's not a thing that you're going to do about it.
Boy, Jay Flash has had a big confidence boost. That's what I love to hear out of the young kid. He's stepping up.
What is Jay Flash, 3? I'm going to beat you this many times. Is he 3? Come on, Joe.
And all of a sudden, the picture's so much clearer to not only us, but Jay Flash as well, that he's going to take it to Ben Boone right from Jump Street.
Colton and Micah talk better than that. This is ridiculous.
Nate Mattson, Ben Boone collide, and more despair for the Sons of Michigan. Talking more about Resolution 6, ladies and gentlemen. Tickets are going to go on sale for that event on August the 6th, 2 months before.
So you're going to be able to buy a ticket on August 6th, Joe?
Yes, and every day
you are going to be able to buy a ticket.
What does that mean?
Hey, we're not sure if you're going to
cover the rings. Oh, come on now.
You better get on your trampoline, Joe.
Well, certainly be on the lookout, PrimeWrestling.com. All the big seats, all the good seats sell out early for Resolution every year. And we're moving across the hall to the big ballroom here at the Agora.
I like the intimate setting. But here we are at the Agora Theater. I can't wait.
Just intimate setting because certainly you can keep your eye on everything a little bit better. Tag into Ben Boone. The Big Bear ready to unload.
That Big Bear, he got complacent with beating Jay Flash. That's the problem when you have to wrestle the same guy over and over again.
Well, he beat Jay Flash a couple of times in just a couple of minutes, but I don't know, I sensed a little bit of a difference in Jay Flash last time around, like it was all or nothing, like he was just going to go for broke, and I'll tell you what, it worked, no fear, and he succeeded.
I sensed a little bit of a difference each time he wrestled Benjamin Boone. I mean, the first time he may have gotten 1 or 2 offensive moves in. The second time he moved up to like 4 or 5, and then the third time he pinned the man.
I admit I was shocked that second time when Jay Flash got that close 2 count, but as much as I admire the youngster, I kind of thought that was the peak, but Jay Flash proving me wrong.
Jay Flash, a male dancer in the offseason of professional wrestling.
I'm not sure if that's accurate. Jay Flash is a native of South Miami Beach.
Lots of cocoa butter out there.
Come to know that some have started to dub him the ballistic missile with the feverish pace he's gone after Benjamin Boone these past few months.
And that's also his dancing name. So that's, what I contribute here to my color commentary.
You and I do prep work in very different locations. There's a leg drop by Nate Mattson.
Yeah, Detroit. Joe, you ever been to Detroit?
Well, I have plans to...
I put you on the spot, I'm sorry.
No, I plan to travel to Detroit on business, but my point is that I will not be interacting with Nate Mattson or Ben Boone.
Do you know that I do business? I do business and business is good.
I've heard that once or twice.
I said it once or twice.
Nate Mattson punishing Jay Flash, and they've isolated the youngster. And I think the Sons of Michigan believe that Jay Flash is a complete fluke, and they can make up for lost ground in this tag team match. How do you assess that, Aaron?
Well, I talked to Benjamin Boone earlier. It was a long conversation, and I didn't hear much of it. I tuned out several times, but something I did hear struck me very odd. He said that Jay Flash was nothing more than Jay Flash in the pan.
And that may be the case. Jay Flash is hurt right now, and it's all Ben Boone just smothering Jay Flash.
Well, this is what happens when you awaken a bear that's been hibernating, a bear that's hungry. I think he did a bad thing here by defeating Benjamin Boone. Try to make your name against somebody else. Mr. RBI or Ben Fruth or Corey Winters.
Oh, what an overhead suplex.
Not against Benjamin Boone.
We got to cover 2 and near fall.
And now he's got to deal with the pain and agony of getting in the ring with Benjamin Boone again. Getting suplexed by Benjamin Boone. That overhead suplex, Joe.
Absolutely. Well, we saw Boone elevate Flash, and this is what happened the first time. That's how Flash won originally. Wait it again. No. Oh, Flash was so close to repeating history. And Boone
Yeah, it's not gonna happen twice to Boone. Full
And Flash showing no fear! And he got the tag to Castle! And Castle unloaded.
Castle, now, I hate to say it, but this is somebody that's really caught my eye as of late.
Discus Polish hammer variation. Number 2 and no. Well, you mess with that headband, you certainly pay for it. Sons of Michigan know, and
Yeah, but they haven't messed with it today.
Not
And Bryan
yet.
Castle is still a better wrestler. He still had a little bit of a mean streak to him.
oh, he's certainly much better than he was 6 months ago. That's for sure. Castle always learning. Oh, a huge boot!
Oh my God, I think the ring just collapsed.
That's gonna do it here. Castle, no! Nate Mattson involved, and that didn't work out.
Miscue.
And Nate sent to the outside, trying to hang on, but nothing doing. And Jay Flash tags himself in.
Why?
Flash up top. Look at this. Ballistic missile. Gonna fly with a senton. And Flash. Jay Flash won it. Jay Flash won again.
The winner of the match, the team of Bryan Castle and Jay Flash.
Jay Flash won again. Jay Flash won again. Unbelievable. Castle and Flash pulled off. This kid's legit. This kid's for real. And the Sons of Michigan are absolutely irate. I think even Jay Flash can't believe it. What a huge victory. Ladies and gentlemen, our main event forthcoming. Matthew Justice, the Bev Television Championship. But first, why is Jimmy Jacobs, Zombie Princess, chosen now to return? We found out.
People have been asking me, why? Why now? Jimmy Jacobs, why do you choose right now to come back and make your return to Prime Wrestling? See, I've been keeping my eyes on Prime Wrestling, and right now, this company's in more chaos and shambles than has ever been before, and that is the sort of environment the Zombie Princess Jimmy Jacobs survives in. That is the environment I thrive in. And what am I doing here? See, the goals are the same, only the targets have changed. The last time I was here, I brought Johnny Gargano down to his knees. I almost ended his career. I ended one of the most dominant factions in all of Prime Wrestling. See, I did a lot of damage here, but there's more damage to be done. This is the place, Prime Wrestling, where young talent first gets their glimpse of television fame. They see that shimmer start to sparkle. That light is lit. Guys like Louis Linden and Facade get their first taste of television experience here, and all the people are talking about them. Well, you know what? Once I break their necks, they're not going to talk about Facade. They're not going to talk about Louis Linden. They're going to talk about how the Zombie Princess Jimmy Jacobs broke a couple dudes' necks. And Jason Gory, you might have put on your big boy pants today and stood face to face with me, and I see you're a dark guy, and you've been some places, but you have not been to the depths that I have been. You do not know what I know. You have not seen what I've seen. Louis, Facade, Jason Gory, I'll take you all on. 3-on-1, I don't care. I'm the Zombie Princess. I defy the odds, and I defy the gods.
They say if you want to kill a snake, you cut off its head. And people may seem to think the head of this infestation known as the megalomaniacs may be Vic Travagliante or Aaron McGuire, but really, the head, the start of all of this started with you, Marion Fontaine. It started with your bloating ego. It started with you calling yourself the Prime Wrestler. You complaining complaining, whining about what you haven't gotten and what you want and what you deserve without actually going in that ring and earning anything like I do every single week. Next week, Marion Fontaine, you get a chance to step up. See, the Megalomaniacs, they can change match results. They can suspend people. They can fine people. They can restart any match they want. They can do whatever they want. But next week, when we get in that ring, Marion Fontaine, I am coming for you. The Megalomaniacs, one by one, will fall. And it starts with you.
The following contest is brought to you by Belle Gym, and it is a Prime Wrestling TV title match. Introducing first, accompanied by the First Lady of the Megalomaniacs, Marti Belle. He hails from Venice Beach, California. He weighs 211 pounds. He is your Prime Wrestling TV champion, Matthew Justice.
And he's not alone. Justin LaBar is so humiliated, having to announce his rivals, the Megalomaniacs, having to dress so ridiculously, thanks to our regular ring announcer, Pedro DeLuca, serving an unjust punishment. Hello, Marty.
Oh, you're uncomfortable, aren't you, Joe?
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that. I like watching stuff like that, Joe. Oh, man. Yeah, Joe, where's your award?
Sorry.
Thank you. Friends of mine, Joe. You got friends? You don't? Oh, Ricky, come here. Come here. I want you to meet my friend Joe Dombrowski.
I don't want any more trouble.
Have a seat. Ricky, did you see that I won this award? Yeah. Announcer of the Year. Megalomania, running wild.
Well, that's the story right there in the ring, and hopefully it remains the story throughout the duration of this contest. Aaron has a wrench.
I'm sorry?
Ricky Shane Page is holding a wrench.
Well, my car broke down earlier.
He's holding two wrenches.
My limo broke down earlier.
He has multiple wrenches. This is not...
Well.
And his opponent. He hails from Miles, Ohio, and weighs in at 185 pounds, the challenger, Bobby Beverly.
Well, the man affectionately called the Bev feels he's performing at his peak to date here in Prime Wrestling, a former television champion in his own right,
and a current legend of Waffle House.
But Beverly really stepped up to the plate when he helped Johnny Gargano out when Gargano was without a partner against the Dead Wrestling Society a few weeks ago. Beverly was sick of being in the background, sick of being overshadowed by groups, both ones he's been in and ones he's been fighting against.
Beverly really stepped up to the plate when he ordered a plate of chocolate chip pancakes, Joe. You know, at the Waffle House, they put them right into the pancakes, right into the waffles themselves. And I know what you said, Joe. I heard you earlier. You said Matt Justice fears two breasts of chicken, but he doesn't. He can finish them both.
What are you talking about?
As part of his workout regimen. Two breasts of chicken. Two breasts of chicken at the Waffle House for one Matthew Justice, a champion.
I hope they appreciate the free pub.
Oh, you're not getting paid by them.
Well,
I got a discount.
I thought you were paid by Borough Barbell Gym, but that was just me.
Oh, I'm paid by them too.
Oh. Well, the Bev and Matthew Justice, as Ricky Shane Page, he's actually holding one half of Aiden Vale's drumstick that he stole from him about 6 months ago.
There
Have you been in Ricky's dwelling? I mean, what kind of collections does he keep where he hangs on to something for so long?
Well, I'll tell you.
Just because it's sharp and dangerous.
He starts off with a nice half a drumstick.
I'm not talking about food.
Then he has a spike, Joe. A spike. Then he has a railroad tie. Then he has another spike. And two wrenches, Joe, just in case he's got to work on his bicycle. He's got a two-wheeler, Joe. A two-wheeler.
Side headlock by Matthew Justice. One-man militia has been anything
I
but
like
a one-man
that shot.
militia. How can you be a one-man militia when you've got Marti Belle, Madrox, Fontaine, Ricky Shane Page, yourself, Commissioner T.
I'm not a megalomaniac. I'm part of Prime Wrestling's upper management, Joe.
Yeah, and you couldn't be both because that would be a conflict of interest, wouldn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm here to call the action. I'm a broadcast journalist, just like the T-shirt that's available at the merchandise stand or by PayPaling Aaron for Hire at yahoo.com.
If anybody sends you money for any reason, I feel sorry for them.
Look at Justice.
Beverly City Justice Pride.
Hey, what if the Bev had long hair? What would you do?
Probably, I'd live life about the same as I do now. I don't think I'd make drastic changes.
That'd be Justice. He's got a long flowing mane. That's what you do when you work out. That's what happens when you're a champion.
What are you talking about? Mane? What is he, a horse? Is he going to ride it on a steed next?
He's got hair like a horse. He's also got other
Hey!
objects.
Bobby Beverly contending for the television championship.
Bobby Beverly, big fan of Superman, Man of Steel. I don't know much else about Bobby anymore. I mean,
I apologize to the fans at home if I'm a bit distracted. Ricky Shane Page feet away from me. I can't even accurately describe the way he's amusing himself currently. But I do want to inform. He's got this weapon, and he's.
If that's what you call it,
stop it. Beverly. Controlling Justice now. Paddle counter roll.
No.
2-0. Big main event next week. Aaron McGuire.
Oh, that was low.
We heard about it right before this matchup. Johnny Gargano, Marion Fontaine, one-on-one. Fontaine's finally back from vacation.
Hey,
whoa, what is this?
Marti Belle being beautiful.
Oh, Justice. Trips up Beverly.
Muy bonita.
Yeah, Marvelous Marty strikes again.
Yeah. And what about Matthew Justice? Have you ever smelled the man? He smells great.
No, I have not smelled the man. I don't want to associate with the megalomaniacs.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Ricky Shane
Yeah.
Page.
Oh, no!
Grinning like the cat that ate the canary, so to speak, is Ricky Shane Page watching a moment ago, but Beverly able to turn things around.
What's he been eating?
I was going to point out Marti Belle's recent problems with Sassy Steph in recent weeks.
What kind of problems? No problems there. Marti Belle rules the wrestling ring.
Well, Steph was actually the first female in this company. So actually, she is the one that built the women's division here as a gripe, just like all her male counterparts.
Well, she can talk all she wants, but until she gets it done in the ring against marvelous Marti Belle.
Well, excuse me.
Hey, look out. Matthew Justice is pinning a man, and you're not even calling it, Joe.
Because you were.
Well, I'm the announcer of the year. And VinceMcKee.com's announcer of the year.
I don't know what that is. And I do have to stress once again, Matthew Justice tripped up Sassy Steph, put his hands on a woman, and cost her the match.
Most women will be grateful for Matthew Justice to put his hands on them.
Well, Marti Belle putting her hands on Bobby Beverly here, getting involved.
And how lucky was Bobby Beverly? I would have paid Marti Belle to put her hands on me, Joe. You may not have. You would have.
Does Matt know that?
Well, we don't try and stir up problems, Joe, with the megalomaniacs. Matt's got beautiful, long, flowing hair.
We understand that Marti Belle and Sassy Steph will meet in a return match next episode of Prime TV. Over 2-0. And also, I understand, Aaron McGuire, Nickie Valentino is going to make an impact. He's got some big plan to lure over the respect.
Joe, I'm the announcer of the year. I got an award.
Nickie Valentino has a plan to lure over the respect of Vic Travagliante. Do you care that little about Nickie Valentino? I can't even say a sentence about it.
Well, Nickie Valentino, what do you want? I mean, he's trying. I give him that. He's trying, but he tends to mess things up.
Well, Justice got a little full of himself. Thought he was a little bit bigger in this industry than he was there for a minute. Beverly brought him right back down to earth.
A couple of weeks ago, Facade wasn't the only one playing bocce ball. Nickie Valentino, he was in there too.
Beverly thrown to the outside, puts the brakes on. Grip on that top rope. And the southpaw looking to win the television championship. And again, the megalomaniacs.
Hey! What?
Oh, low bridge.
Bobby Beverly kicking a woman. He tried to kick Marti Belle. Watch
Beverly,
out, Matt.
Just trying to fight fair here.
Yeah, watch out.
Oh, come on. What kind of man are you, Justice? Put Marti Belle in front of him to save himself.
That's not what he did.
That's ridiculous.
Marti Belle puts her life on the line to save her man. She stands by her man. She's a real woman. She's like the Miss Elizabeth of Prime Wrestling.
Hard kick to the sternum by Beverly. I think Justice. Oh, was that some kind of signal to Ricky Shane Page or what? I don't know. But, distraction. Marti Belle defeats Beverly.
And it's hard not to be distracted by Marti Belle, isn't it, Joe? I get distracted. Sometimes I don't even call the match. I know it's hard to believe sometimes, but I just,
She's a lovely woman. I'm not going to deny that, but...
it's about time you admitted the truth, Joe.
Her heart and soul are certainly quite different than her outer exterior.
Are you saying bad things about Marti Belle, Joe?
Well, I'm saying...
Because I could tell Matt Justice. I could tell Marti Belle.
Cover. I'll say this, Aaron. She reminds me a lot of the company she keeps.
Well, then you are complimenting her. Okay, now that we're on the same page here.
Well,
First Lady of Megalomania.
Well, she can have that title, certainly as far as Beverly.
And the First Lady of Prime Wrestling.
Beverly is just...
His back's been tore up this whole match.
It absolutely has. And every time Beverly looked to build some significant momentum, Marti Belle right there, and we can't forget again, Ricky Shane Page here at ringside, who's not gotten out of his seat, but he
is a guest commentator, Joe. What do you want from him?
His mere presence changes the mood out here.
I pulled strings. That's what happens when I'm in upper management. Uh-oh.
Counters into a powerbomb.
Oh, if Justice would have hit that top rope DVD, it would have been over.
And Beverly with a sign of life here.
Justice has to regroup. Maybe I should go talk to him.
No, I would appreciate it if you stayed here.
Well, for what? I mean,
if Ricky gets up, I want somebody who he listens to be able to watch him.
Do you think I'm going to tell him to stay away, Joe? Well, it depends if I get fined or not.
Well, there you go. You think about business. Unlike Ricky Shane Page, just wants to hurt people. He'll hurt Crimson in a couple episodes in a table match. He may be the next Prime champion. And Beverly may be the next television champion. Justice in trouble.
Uh-oh. Oh, this isn't part of the plan, Joe.
Right to the temple. The cover, 2 and no near fall.
Boy, Marti Belle, she's hot out there, Joe.
Well, she'd love to be celebrating already. No question about that.
Me too.
Beverly setting Justice up. Could be going in for the kill here. Beverly still loves that thrust kick.
Yeah, that's the only thrust he loves, though, and that's disappointing.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well, Justice sidestep.
There you go, Justice. Get him.
Out of the corner, Beverly puts the brakes on.
That waist lock, one of Justice special.
And Justice caught Beverly a step ahead of him for a moment.
Stay on him. This is what I like. I like when he kicks people.
Well, he's done a lot of that. He's kicking this whole company while it's down. Oh, huge offense in the corner.
Wow.
Overhead, Justice hits hard.
Yeah, that was that Chinese arm drag.
Cover, 2 and no! Now, what would you have done, Aaron, if the Bev had won the television championship?
I'd have moved to a different country.
Oh, that's a bit overreacting, don't you think?
Not really. Romania is nice this time of year.
The Bev has found his true self. He's salt of the earth. He's just like every other man, woman, and child watching right now on television. But he could be the next TV champion to boot.
Oh,
neck
look at
first.
that, Justice.
Justice does have that overwhelming power. Best shape I've ever seen him in. At least physically. Mentally, maybe another story.
Look out.
Roll up. Oh, reversal.
There we go.
Into the trunks. And what Justice stole it.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still Prime Wrestling TV champion, Matthew Justice.
Where's the belt?
I see how the game is played. I see how it goes. You schedule matches. You schedule. Oh, no, come on. No. Ricky Shane Page. And Bobby doesn't see him. Turn around, Bobby. No, the elbow.
Oh.
What was the point of that?
Forget the curveball, Ricky. Give him the heater. Oh, and he got him. He got him with the thrust. Joe, I told you we were going to see a thrust. How can you hate Ricky Shane? You can.
You schedule the championship matches only when you know the deck is stacked and you can get away safe. You appease the rest of management with the championship matches, but you're always a step ahead. You always have a plan, and Matt Justice is still a television champion. Next time, it's Gargano and Fontaine, and so much more here on Prime TV. Good night.